Hello. First of all, I want to remind us that everything that we are experiencing is our energy, and we always have the power to alter and shift our energy state. But since we live in this world, in this humanity, where we got deep into forgetfulness of ourselves as energy beings, as source, as divine sparks of God. We got into a habit believing that power comes from outside, that there is outside to our beings, and thus we are limited and vulnerable. And through that belief, we came into a habit to close our hearts, which are direct portals to the divine I am that we are. So we created many walls around the sacred heart. We start to compress it, and then this heart still radiates. But since that radiance cannot go through our resistance, it goes into our thinking mind. That energy overstimulates our nervous system and especially our brain, and we start to overthink through anxiety, and it usually swings from that anxiety to dullness, numbness. Yeah, and that creates pain. And again, through that forgetfulness, we misinterpret that pain and make it again into a problem. And when we're trying to solve that problem again through this dualistic thinking, which creates even more negative effects in our experience. So now I would love to remind us that this pain is just simple message to abandon that sick thinking and draw your attention back into the heart, into the direct experience, which can be painful because yes, you were pushing and compressing that heart for so long. So of course it can be painful. But again, remember that you own your energy. It is all created through your energy, and it is all can be released with your energy. It is the same as if you pressing something with your hands. So when you, without knowing that you are doing it, but as soon as you know that you are the one doing it, you can feel it, you can sense it, that it is your hands, it is in your control, and then you letting it go. And yes, that requires focus, allowance, devotion to be in that process of opening your sacred heart. Because your energy can work with inertia, and that compulsions, that resistance is continuing for a while unconsciously. So you always need to go back and make that energy conscious, and then releasing it, relaxing it, opening it, and just meeting your feelings as they naturally arises, releases. Yeah, constantly, repeatedly letting go of resistance and come into faith of natural flow of life. Come into faith in your sacred heart, which is again the portal of pure source energy, which naturally heals everything, harmonizes everything. Connects all the different aspects of your being into wholeness. And for that, you can feel more and more that, yes, everything is one energy of your consciousness. And with that openness, with that allowance to feel fully, to meet your direct experience fully, to fully having faith in your heart and in your life, you start to walk the infinite path. And by walking the infinite path, you embody the wisdom of eternity. It is beautiful paradox that when you let go that limited, conditioned personality and self-importance on that personality, you let in your divine identity in its place. And that divine identity can empower your authentic expression in the fullest and most relevant way. So that's the paradox of letting go of your conditioned sense of self. You actually becoming more of yourself. You're embodying your divine self, your divine identity, which is infinite, and it is pure, it is indivisible, it has absolute resilience to all negative influences. So you can trust it fully. Open up this portal. With great boldness. Because yes, what is dividable, what is limited, conditioned, and vulnerable is not that essential heart of our being. It is those walls that we created out of believing that our essence is limited and vulnerable. So through that illusion and delusion, yes, we started to protect those walls very powerfully. Because yeah, in essence, we are still drawing the infinite energy of Source. And yes, we can resist our Source. Yeah, it is very erroneous paradox that we can use this energy of Source, energy of this divine self, to resist it. And that creates pain. Because yes, that unlimited, unconditioned nature of ourselves still shines very brightly, and it burns those walls that we are holding so strongly. And that is painful. And that pain is this message to open up consciously. Stop holding against yourself. And yes, and as soon as you do it, that pain starts to evaporate, and your state of being transforms into a blissful unity, which is your natural state of this openness. So feel right now. This indivisible, unbreakable source within you. This divine self as your true self, which is inexpressible but undeniable at the same time, because everything that is being expressed is just energy play of that inexpressible self, that innermost self, which always remains in this wonderful mystery. Yes, that innermost self always communicates through feelings, always guides us in this life, but to realize that guidance in a most clear way, we need to come back into unity with that inexpressible, perfect, pure self, which is in everything and simultaneously beyond everything. It always surpasses what we can express or understand. That's why I call it wonderful mystery. And by accepting yourself and this whole reality as the mystery, again, paradoxically, you come into a state of certainty, obviousness, trust, and divine joy. So, I feel complete with this message right now. Thank you very much for receiving it. So again, know yourself, know your pure light, and shine it boldly to the world. Be example of this liberation and unconditional love in action. And I just remember one more thing, that yes, all this process of healing and transformation becomes very, very easy and simultaneously very, very powerful when we stop taking everything that we are experiencing personally, and instead we just meet it through pure neutral witnessing, breathing, and unconditional love, through which everything can be integrated in the most smooth way, integrated into that blissful unity, in that original harmony which naturally flows from that sacred heart, from that pure source. Because yes, all of our hearts are connected to that same singularity of source. So yeah, what plays out through our experience is the history of all universe. It is not really personal. But again, through having our individualized will, we can ease that ongoing story by letting go, by opening up, by leading it through with unconditional love and compassion and kindness. And again, we can do that in the most powerful way when we no longer taking it personally. We allow to this infinite, eternal, divine self to take care of it, to take care of that collective suffering. And yeah, allowing it to make it into a gold, into beauty, into brightness. So again, I encourage you to open up your heart repeatedly and just letting that pure light to shine through in the most graceful and glorious way. Thank you. Be well.